If you were alone in a room with Obasanjo, what would you do to him?
His Excellency, let me take you back a couple of years, back in 2003. You know, one of the big issues that you were facing at the time was that you had the former Liberian president who was in the country, had asked for asylum at the time. And then subsequently, it was his arrest that took place. And he has blamed you for that.
I guess I may want to describe maybe a sequence of events that will take place. I would probably want to find out from him, why in the hell did you do this? And maybe the next thing would probably be maybe 2 former presidents involved in a little tussle, because I am damn angry of what Obasanjo did to me. He had, until now, I do not understand it.
Well, that's unfortunate. If I may just put the situation correctly, as it happened. There was a conference, or in fact, a meeting of all the stakeholders in Liberia, in Ghana, and they decided that for them to make progress, to move forward, President Taylor then must give in and give up his power. And in fairness to him, he was properly elected, and his time or his tenure was not over, but he agreed. And when he agreed, I, as one of the leaders in West Africa, with then President Thabo Mbeki and President Chisano and President Kufuor, we came together and we said we must help out. I offered a place to President Taylor. And in offering a place to President Taylor, ECOWAS, which then was chaired by President Kufuor, AU, which was being chaired by President Chisano and being taken over by President Thabo Mbeki, they all came together. And then I talked to every one of the 5 permanent members of the United Nations Security Council, and they all agreed. And I said to them, we should not be harassed. Now, when they all gave in and they concurred, we gave President Taylor a place. And he was comfortable. In fact, he started saying, oh, look, I'm not thinking of going back. I want to start farming in Nigeria and doing business and all that. And we were trying to help him to do that. Then they had a democratically elected president in Liberia, in person of Madam Johnson Sirleaf. And Madam Johnson Sirleaf then wrote a letter that she wanted Charles Taylor. And I personally took that letter to him in Calabar, where he was. I said, look, here is your president requesting for you to come back. You think about it. We will provide every assistance to get you back. And he said, let me think about it. Then, by the time he could come back to me, he had left Calabar where he was, because he was really not under detention.
Obasanjo, the former president of Nigeria, who I must admit, I would still want to consider a friend if he chooses to come before the world and tell the truth. Obasanjo knew that I was traveling, where I was going to, and when.
So it's not true that he was misled?
No.
Because that's the argument that was made, that he was misled at the time.
Misled
he was
for
taken by soldiers, or rather security officers who was guarding him at the time, and all of a sudden they left him along the road.
No. Yeah. That was not true. Now, he then decided to live on his own, and he left and decided to go northwards, because if he wanted to cross the border, from Calabar to the border with Cameroon will not have taken him more than 45 minutes, less than an hour. But he went up towards Lake Chad, and I was in fact out of the country. And the Americans were furious. Why did we allow this to happen? Because it was the Americans who put pressure on President Johnson Sirleaf to request for, and to break even their own assurance that they gave to us, and to request or to put pressure on the president of Liberia to request for Charles Taylor. And Charles Taylor will not allow us to actually either deliver him to Liberia or to anywhere else. So he decided to move on his own. When he got to the border between Chad and Nigeria, he was caught. And at that point in time, we had no choice but to deliver him.
Caught by who? Wasn't it by your on your instruction?
No. It was caught by custom and immigration in between the two countries.
So you would say that it's not true that you misled him or you even betrayed him?
No. I think he got that wrong.
Because he even mentioned this at The Hague, right?
Yeah.
During
and the governor who was actually responsible for him went to The Hague. Donald Duke went to The Hague and gave evidence that that was not correct. Of course, the management of economy got out of hand, and you have super inflation and the economy and all that.
The debate around who owns the land has captivated this continent for centuries, and Zimbabwe's Robert Mugabe has been praised for his unwavering fight to ensure that the land is returned to his people. But then, what about the economy?
And there you can say he failed the nation.